Hey guys, it's Nicolette here with Insomniacat Media, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about repurposing your articles on your website. So if you have an article, there are a lot of things you can do with it, right? There's things you should be doing with it. So you should be using it across your social channels, right? You got Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, you've got it. So that right there is 5 or 6 things you could be doing with your article content. So after that, you can take a look at a piece and say, are there any bullets that I can pull out here to create an infographic with? That's an option. You can also create smaller blog posts from a long feature article. So those are just a couple of things that you can be doing. And actually, before I forget, you can also be pulling out quotes. If you do an interview with someone, right, you can pull out those quotes and start sharing those across your social channels too and keep that piece alive. So in this video, I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite tools for repurposing content and using images and creating graphics and whatnot. And then I'm actually going to walk through how I take one long feature article and create, I don't know, maybe 10 different things out of it. So stay tuned, watch the video. I'll give you some real examples, real captions that you can be using, how to take one article and kind of tweak the messaging for each of your channels. And then we're actually going to create another article out of that long article and an infographic. So stay tuned.
Okay, so like I said, I want to talk about repurposing articles on your website. And you can do a lot of things with just one article. You can create social media posts, you can create infographics, you can create even more smaller articles from lengthier pieces. So the first thing we're going to do is repurpose an article for social media. So I'm here on ParkPure.com and I'm just going to look for an article. All right, let's go with this. Okay, so here's a lengthy feature that included an interview with an industry expert, and he spoke about the electronics industry and the supply chain evolution. And this long piece is actually a great example of the variety of items that you can create from just one article. So, like I said, let's start with social media. When it comes to social media images, I like to use a tool called Canva. Canva is my favorite thing ever. And there is a free version. I choose to, pay for the $9.99 a month version. The pro version gives me unlimited access to templates. I love all the things that I can do with it. They even added this animated social media post, which I'm super excited about. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. So I'm going to start with an Instagram post. Let's see. I mean, I could go with Instagram post, but I am familiar with this. So I'm going to find something. Let's see what I do here. I had one that I was working on. All right, let's go with social media. So when we talk about Instagram, now let's remember, this is an electronics industry article, right? So we need to think about how to use our social media content and kind of tweak it for the channel that we're in. So in this case, we're going to remember that we're in an image-heavy platform, right? And we're going to keep in mind that our caption is also important. So we can add some text to an image. We can use this image if we want. Let's just browse some of the templates here. And this is the first thing I'm going to do. So we know we want a little bit of text because just the robot may not do it for that audience. I'm going to go with something like this. Okay, now I'm going to take the image that I have here, the robot. There he is. And I'm going to add him. Oh, really, I am. As my background. So let's find him. Maybe we want his head. All right, and I'm basically going to take my title and change it to suit that audience. How will we redesign the supply chain? Okay. So here we go. You can move your text around. You can leave it centered, whatever you want to do here. And here you have an Instagram image. You simply download it. Now it saves. So this is Instagram. Now, my caption would probably be something like the first sentence or so. We'd repurpose some of this text here. We don't have to use everything directly. Maybe we want to mention who we interviewed in that caption. So, we'll basically take the first few sentences and repurpose them. Add some hashtags, and you're good to go on Instagram. So there's one. Now, the next thing you're going to do is repurpose this for Facebook. Now, there's a really cool feature in here that lets you actually repurpose this for Facebook if you wanted to. You can copy and resize it for the Facebook image size. But here's the thing. If you're going to promote this, let's say in some sort of paid way on Facebook, I would highly recommend not using any text. So your best bet for Facebook would be to take the image as is, maybe just take the link, pop it in your channel so that it would automatically generate this non-texted image, because they have some sort of regulations and rules around too much text in an image. So that's my spiel on Facebook image. Now, there's, when it comes to the caption on Facebook, I'd say taking your intro sentence, maybe just gearing it toward that Facebook audience. We, again, might want to mention who we spoke to, use some hashtags, and you've got Facebook. Now, there's something else that you can do with an article that includes an interview like this one does, and that's create quote posts. So, let's say, for example, we take this quote here. We can actually take that text and let's say we want to make a quote out of it. So now we have another form of content that we can create, not just your standard Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Now you can actually go and create even more stuff, which is super cool. You credit it to, and maybe you want to put your website. So I'm not going to use yellow. It's not really our thing, but maybe I want to use a royal blue and change my text to white. What do you think? That's kind of purple. Okay, so this is blue. And here you can take this and use it on Instagram. You can use it on Facebook. And again, you can resize the images to suit the channel that they're going to be in. Now, another really cool thing we can do, and I didn't forget about LinkedIn. You can also do the same thing and resize this for LinkedIn. Now, just think about who your audience is on LinkedIn as you kind of create that image. You're dealing with more of a professional audience, really industry specific. I would opt for something, this quote might be really nice on LinkedIn, or even the robot with maybe even just the title, or electronics industry resilience. I would make that. I would make that right. You could put that right here. That would be really nice. Or redesigning the supply chain. That would be cool. And again, take the first few sentences, probably credit the person you interviewed, and you've got a LinkedIn post. So now we've created 3 standard social media images. We've created some quote posts, which we can do this from multiple quotes in the article. And there's something else that got me really excited. And now if I look down here, we see 5 steps to redesigning the supply chain. So during this interview, we were actually able to extract these 5 key things that the subject talked about. And it was really cool because now I can take those and I can create a nice little infographic out of them. And that's one of the other things that Canva does that I absolutely love. Let's see. I'm going to drink some water. Hold on. Okay, so check this out. Let me zoom in here. So I can take a template, simply put in my 5 steps to redesigning the supply chain, put in the website name, and then I can go ahead and plug those right in. So, I could put planning here and put in all the text that he talked about here. And there you go. So I can do that for all 5 of those things. And now I have an infographic that I can share too. So LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, if you want to create a Twitter image to go with that, or just simply use a quote from Twitter. So there's 4. You have a quote, right, or multiple quotes, which you can distribute across any channel you'd like. You've got an infographic. So now we're up to 6. And there's another cool thing that I really like here. In this part of the article, and this isn't image related, but in this part of the article, if you look here, this is about 160 words-ish, 100 and change almost. And this is a really good foundation for another article. So here you get a long article. Now, this subsection right here can actually be pulled out, and we can create an article about the relationship between engineers and procurement. And this is something that the writer might pick up as they are doing the interview or writing the piece. Wow, that's a really cool part. Maybe we should separate that out. Maybe we should put it together. Well, maybe we can do both. We have this long article here, but we can take it and we can even link back to this article. So what you can do is create a little introduction, talk about the issue between engineers and procurement, and then repurpose the text here, even the quotes if you needed to, and plug those right in. A little conclusion, maybe some industry outlook, and you've got another article, and fairly simply. So those are just some basic ways that you can repurpose just one article. And of course, there's video, which we didn't even get into right now. So think about all the options you have before even stepping into that sphere. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. Just, when people say that they don't know what to do with that content, or they're just publishing it on the site, that's silly. Look how much you can do and should be doing with one article, and not just taking the same image and plugging it into Facebook, plugging it into Instagram, plugging it into LinkedIn, whatever. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you today. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or shoot us an email at solutions@insomnicat.com. All right. Have a good day, guys.